Greetings one and all. Today we're going to be making some made at home, trying to get some smoky flavour pork spare ribs. So yeah, to make those, to try and get that smoky flavour in the home kitchen, I'm going to make a dry spice rub, which we're going to rub into our ribs and then leave it to marinate for a while. So first off, and this is going a long way to get our smoky flavour, I'm going to put 4 teaspoons of that smoky paprika into our dry spice mix. That's about 4, and just a few more. I've got some ground cayenne pepper, just do that to taste. I'm going to do about a teaspoon, but more or less if you want. Just a little bit ground ginger, just on about maybe half a teaspoon of that, and just a little bit, about the same, of cumin, ground cumin seeds. A little bit, half a teaspoon. Hang on, I'm going to show. Might as well show all of them. Just dried garlic powder, half a teaspoon, and last but not least, I'm going to add probably a full teaspoon of my mustard powder there. So yeah, good teaspoon of that. And that's no, do not forget, one of the most important ingredients is our brown sugar. And I'm actually going to be putting about, it's probably about 3 teaspoons, because I've put in 2 heaped teaspoons. So so we'll just stir that up. Alrighty, so I'm just going to be using one of these baby back ribs, which I've actually cut in half. So this is about half a piece. Got it fresh from the butcher's this morning. Good quality meat. So what we're going to do is just by hand get some of that mixed up spice mix and just rub it in. And once I rub this all in, I'm actually going to be leaving this to marinate for, I'm going to leave mine overnight because I've got a bit of time. I've got some other things I'm cooking later on, so but if you're a bit strapped for time, probably a minimum would be 2 hours to leave it in your mix. Now notice some of this has sort of come off on the side here as well. Just don't waste it. Just coat up the sides and the end bits as well. Just thoroughly coat it. And that's looking pretty good. So as you can see, I've got it on this piece of foil, which I'm also going to be cooking it in, but rather than making a mess, I thought I might as well put it in that as well, wrap it up while I'm marinating it. And that one's done. So I'll get on with the next one there, and I'll see you tomorrow for the cooking. Alrighty guys, so here we are, back the next day. So I've had these marinating overnight. So what I've done now, I've just got my oven preheated to a really low temp. It's about 150 degrees Celsius. And I'm going to slow cook these wrapped in foil now for, well, I'm going to check them after about 2 hours, but it'll probably go for 2.5, 3 hours, maybe about that. Yeah, so low and slow cook. I just wanted to say, I'm not sure, I think earlier on I called them spare ribs, but they're actually baby back ribs. Just clear that up. And yeah, look, when I open that foil, there's just a lovely smoky smell coming from that smoked paprika. So like I say, I'm trying to replicate that smoke smell and taste here in the home kitchen, in my flat. As part of that process, if you stick around a bit longer, after these are slow cooked, I'll show you a little trick as well to get even more smoky flavour into it. So yeah, hang around for that. And so for now, yeah, I'm just going to wrap. I've already wrapped the first one up. Wrap them up quite tight. Alrighty guys, so yeah, it's been about, not quite 3 hours, but getting close to 3 hours. My baby back ribs have been cooking away, so yeah, here's what they look like. Looking pretty good. Just see how they're going. Oh yeah, they're nice and soft. Yeah. Alrighty. So next phase is I'm going to take them out of that foil. I'll just move that over there. And put them into this one. What I'm going to do now, guys, basically is give them a nice glaze just to freshen them up a bit. Most people probably would, at this stage, if they were going to glaze them, would use a barbecue sauce and just a sauce of their liking, sort of thing, your liking. Nothing wrong with that. If that's your choice, do it. But I'm going for something a bit different here. I've decided to do mine with very, very simple glaze. I've just got a couple of, I freshly squeezed a couple of fresh oranges for the juice and just added some honey. So that's all I'm putting on mine. And I'm just going to paint that all over it. And yeah, like I say, nothing against barbecue sauce. I'm just not a huge fan of it myself, so that's why I'm doing it this way, but I know most people are. So yeah, by all means, do it that way if you like. Get this one too. And yeah, get it all over. Alrighty guys, so yeah, I've just got my ribs out of the griller or broiler. So yeah, they're nice and brown on top, still glistening a bit, still nice and sticky, which is what we want. So this last step I'm going to do now is entirely optional. As it stands now, they're going to be delicious, but I'm just going to try and add a little bit more smokiness to the flavour of my ribs there. So what I've got now is I've got my wok, which I'm going to heat up. And apologies for the noise, but I want a bit of a higher heat, so I'm using this induction heater. So as you can see, I've just lined that with a bit of foil, and I'm just going to sprinkle rice, dry rice onto there, along with a few sprinkle of green tea leaves. Get that all in. And yeah, just to continue with my paprika theme, not smoked paprika this time, I'm just using normal sweet paprika, but I'm just going to put a sprinkle of that in as well, just a little bit. Now what I'm going to wait for now is for that to start smoking, those ingredients, and then I've got a wire rack here, and I'm going to sit over it, and I'll put my lid on. Now also what I need to do is I've just got my foil here, and basically I'm making a little bit of a drip tray, and that's purely so when I put my meat in there on this rack, if there's any more drippings come off there, it's going to land on there instead of landing on my smoking ingredients. So let's get our ribs in. Yeah, so we just need to wait now till that starts smoking, and then I'll whack the lid on, and I'll show you what happens. Alrighty, so yeah, we're just starting to get some smoke there, so next thing to do is whack our lid on here. Now, some of these lids have got a small little hole on them, so I'm just going to, I've done this before, but I'm just going to plug it up. Yeah, try and keep all that smoky goodness in there. Plug it up as best you can. Alrighty guys, so yeah, it's just a minute or two down the track. There's quite a good build up of smoke in there. A little bit of it's escaping, but that's okay. What I'm going to do now is just turn the power off, and that can keep smoking there just with the residual heat. Just turn that off, and I'm just going to leave it sit there for yeah, about 4 or 5 minutes. And yeah, as I say, it's still smoking quite a bit there. Obvious tip here, because some of it's escaping, in a minute I'm going to take the lid off this. Just temporarily take the battery out of your smoke detector, which I had the foresight to do. So alright guys, like I say, we'll leave that for a few minutes. That's all it takes, and I'll get back to you. Alrighty guys, yeah, so I've got my smoky paprika ribs here. Yeah, I've cut them up a bit so I can eat them with my hand, which is always quite enjoyable. Really happy with them. The smells in this kitchen are just off the charts, so yeah, let's try one. They're just falling off the bone, guys. I've already established that. Had to be really careful cutting them up. Oh, yum. Man, I mean, you can serve these with a sauce, you know, again, a barbecue sauce or something like that. I just love them like this, and I really love that orange honey glaze. It's just delicious with that paprika. Look at that. It's just falling off. Oh, yum. Alright guys, I'm going to eat some of these for lunch now. Wash them down with a, yeah, cold beer of course. What else? Yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks to those who've subscribed to the channel. If you've watched this, you haven't subscribed, Appreciate it if you could. Just hit the subscribe button, doesn't cost anything. There's no hassles. But if you don't want to, no problems either. And I'll see you all next time.